Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a timely tarot reading about random shift. If you resonate with the title and the thumbnail, this is the perfect reading for you. It's delivered at the perfect time in timely fashion, by courtesy of the universe through the language of synchronicity. My co-partner here, Stella, my cat, is here. She heard I'm doing a reading, so she's on it. Her job is to purr and bring the vibration up. Okay, purr. Don't be noisy. Okay, so this is a collective or general reading. So just be aware that parts of it may or may not resonate with you. You really take your job seriously. She's already purring. All right, here we have the underlying energy for at the bottom of the deck for this reading is the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands represents enthusiasm for life. It's some form of communication coming in about something that you're passionate about. The Page of Wands represents, like, they used to work for the king and the queen in the old days and the court, and they would usually start when they were like between 7 and 14. So and by the time they were 21, if they were really good at what they were doing and they could afford a horse, they might be considered for knighthood. And so this is generally the energy of someone who's under the age of 21. And it's, it doesn't mean you have to be that age, but you in that energy. He's got a feather in his cap. He's admiring his wand, sometimes thinks with his little head instead of his big head. He's got, because he's very focused on it. This represents passion in love and in life in general. And he also loves adventure. And so the pyramids in the background here represent loving to find out about the mysteries of life. Just at that age where you're just like, everything's an adventure, wanting to, just really gain knowledge in life and just have a lot of enthusiasm for it. And we have the truth. Okay, so this is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. This is the first card out. So we have a new exuberance for life, and God, and this is a special gift from the divine. So it's saying that if there's something that you haven't been sure of, and you want to, really be sure, whatever this is, we're going to figure out what the truth is here. And it's a gift from the divine. So it's something maybe that you've been praying for. You've been like just saying, oh, if I only knew this, if I knew this part of it, then I would be able to go off on this adventure or whatever. Let's see what it is. We have some information coming in. So this is a message coming in, but I felt like this is a message for you that your life is going to be you're going to have more enthusiasm and passion for your life again. And there's information coming in now. Now the information is the sword. So this is talking about if this is what you require, ask and ye shall be given. That was quick, God, thank you. So there's some information racing in here. This represents like the night, so this night is kind of the night that is he's out of all the nights, he's the most you can see he's in a real hurry. This can represent like a fool rushing in. We can't really see the point of his sword. He's holding it up and he's ready to fight or whatever, but he doesn't have, I don't feel, the full story, or we would see the full sword here. But there is some information coming in towards you. Now in the old days, the knight would be on the horse and they'd be, maybe he's got an army chasing him behind kind of energy, That's why he's in a rush. But he wants to deliver this truth to you. And this could come, like in the old days it would be like this, but in nowadays it would be in the form, they could show up at your door, but it's more likely to be like a letter in the mail, or it could be an email, a text message. It could be, a post that you see on social media, something that you see in the news, some sort of aha moment. This sometimes can represent some sort of investigation taking place, if that's what you've been wanting. When we say the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and we have our hand on a Bible, it's usually when we're in a court of law. So that it could be representing that kind of energy, that the truth is coming in about a situation maybe that is holding you back, and you need to have justice in the physical court. And so that could be the energy. In any case, the horse is stressed out, and he's because he's really running fast. So this is information that's coming in quickly to you. And oh goodness, here we have it. So hey, if you're looking for the truth, here we have it. There's some shifty energy behind this. And so there's some information coming in about some shifty energy that's been holding you back from enjoying your life. Okay, so we're going to check into this. This card represents temptation. There's lovers here, so it could have something to do with a lover. This energy is they're yoked at by chains at the neck, and they're also connected to Saturn's box. And so Saturn's box is that's what the devil has control over. He's hunched over it, and this is talking about basic animal needs. So this isn't really talking about love so much, but more like lust. That you maybe have thought it was love, but it turned out to be more like lust. There's some sort of manipulative energy. There's some sort of temptation. Something happened. And so we're just going to look into this. The devil never does his own dirty work. So we're going to see what minion did he send in to perform whatever this was. Okay, and look at this. So it's not really talking about who, but it's about what happens. And this is conviction. I usually read this card as conviction beyond a doubt. And it's when you know what you know. And so I feel you have an idea of what's going on, but you don't really know what you know. But I have a feeling you know what this is about when I explain this card to you. This is someone. And I always read this card like this. This is someone who is standing on higher ground. They have conviction beyond a doubt that they know what they know is the truth. And that they know it. And they will stand on that. And this is saying I will fight for this action because I want to move forward. And I know that something happened, and I have an idea. But this is I want the facts coming in. And you can see this person has one shoe on and one boot on. So it's almost like having to rush out and protect yourself from some actions, because the wands represent action. And this is the action closest to his heart. So he's protecting his heart, and he's protecting his right to this forward movement is basically what I feel. And the energy is he may have been in such a hurry, he had two different shoes on. But I feel like in this case, it's really representing being able to, once you know the whole truth, you'll be able to move on. But what was interesting, I've always read this card this way, and then someone left in the comments, and that's why I really do appreciate your comments, because right now I'm working on my oracle, and I'm working on how the cards all interact with each other, which I'll show you as we get further along in this reading. But when someone left in the comment, when I said conviction beyond a doubt, they said, do you mean a prison sentence? And I'm like, oh, I never even knew, I never even thought about that. So now sometimes it does mean that. It means whatever you're worried about, whatever legality, I feel it's going in your direction. The information coming in is going to empower you. And there is, it's saying a couple things. There could be an actual conviction here. Someone could have done something highly illegal here, and it's affected you in a negative way. And you need the information so that you can move forward. And now this is saying what you thought you knew, it's saying you did know it. Now you're going to have the facts to support it. And it's something to do with competition. Interesting. Immature competition. This is my Mean Girls card. So what I mean by that is, that, think about narcissistic cheerleaders who, they're at a competition and they can see the other team beat them. They won. It's clear, they're better, but they don't want them to win. So they'll do anything to win. And if they don't succeed, their mothers will. And so it's that kind of energy. As we mature, we start to realize that, hey, you're not really ever in competition with other people. You are to a certain extent. Because if you're playing in a sport or whatever, of course, someone is the winner, first place is a winner and everybody else is a loser. That's kind of how a lot of people feel. And because winning is the most important thing to them. And that, that's okay because it's a sport and like that's, you're meant to want to win. Having said that, it's really not the other team or the other people in a competition that you're really in competition with. You're really in competition with yourself to make sure that you are able to keep your shift together no matter how challenging it gets when you're in the midst of all of it, that you give your very best performance ever. And that, that you're always 1% better than you were the last time kind of energy. And yes, and being a really good team player and all that matters, but it's also about, for yourself, stepping up and really being that person that, that you do something that you've never done before in competition. And sometimes when there's, like heavy competition, it can play with your mind a lot. So it's about being able to discipline your mind and do your best under the most challenging competition. And so you can learn a lot from the competition if you have that attitude, because if you admit to yourself, you know what, I do that really well, but there's something they're doing that's even better, and you study what is it that they're doing and you learn from it, then you're going to improve your performance the next time. It's that kind of energy. So you've been left out in the cold because of whatever this is. And so this energy is talking about this energy of immature competition, and you having to, it's causing a problem for you, and you want to resolve it. You're ready to move forward, and you're tired of being in this energy. This represents like tactics being used to make you feel like you don't fit in. But what I'm getting here is that you weren't meant to fit in. So a lot of times, this is so interesting, because when competition gets, like when people get really nasty with competition, a lot of the time it's because they're jealous of you, and they see that you have something that they'll never have, and that you maybe can't see it, because a lot of times, like, we can't see that about ourselves. We're busy critiquing our performance instead of looking at it from the perspective of others. And sometimes people can be like really like pissed off because like it seems, and this is a real thing also, if you're really, really like meant to do something, you'll be natural at it. And so you'll be doing things that are really complicated and challenging, but you make it look easy, and that really pisses other people off. And they actually think that you're not working hard at it, but you are. Every day you go out there and you do your best to at least be 1% better than you were the last time. And so that's the energy. And so if you're sticking out if you're like not fitting in, and you always feel like you're being left out when it comes to competition, and like other people, they get to go out, they get invited out with the other teams and stuff, and you're always like, why am I, like, I haven't been unpleasant to anyone. It's because of that. You're not meant to be fitting in. You're meant to stand out like a sore thumb, so stand out. This is saying you're a star, go be one. If you're going to get treated like a star, then you may as well act like one. That's what I'm getting. Yes, and I feel like it's really interesting. There's a lot of action in here, right? And about passion in that. And I feel like you've put a lot of energy into it, if other people can see that or not. Whatever it is, your specialty is, you'd know that. And so you're ready to reap your harvest here, and people are like jealous. It's just bottom line. And no, you don't fit in with them because your performance has been so much better. But it's almost like you're being really good at something becomes a burden to you, because it makes other people treat you like this. So what you need to do is, if you've been left out in the cold, and you find out that you have frenemies instead of friends, just build a snowman if you have to, and call that your friend and move forward, because you're ready to, you're so close to bringing this harvest in home. This is all your hard work, and some of it may feel burdensome right now because it makes you feel like you're standing out and people are angry and whatever. Just let it go. Put the burdens down that don't belong to you. Some of them might be burdens that you're carrying from other people. And you might even have, like, I'm just getting, you might have started out, when you were younger, like if in sports a lot of times, you start out when you're younger, and you and a really good friend maybe started out at the same time, and all of a sudden you just started shining and you just shot ahead, and all of a sudden scouts are coming around and you've got this energy, people wanting to hire you or to have you on their team, and they're not getting that attention, and it's kind of like you feel bad because it's your friend, so you don't fully celebrate it. It's time to put those burdens down and just be yourself and allow yourself to shine in this area you were meant to. And then justice is coming in. So whatever this is, there's justice coming in. And if it's some sort of legalities and it's actually in a court of law, because that's what you say, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, when you swear on a Bible in a court of law, or whether it's just like immature whatever, and you're just feeling kind of sad because you don't feel like people are happy for you. Well, they probably aren't. So let it go. Be happy for yourself. That's the best advice, right? Sometimes the best justice in the world is living well, right? And so this is talking about if there is some sort of actual justice that you need, it's coming in, it's showing up here. And I feel that, I really do feel that you're maybe at a stage where you just don't know how good you are yet, and you're starting to feel it like, oh, okay, I'm starting to see, you're kind of at that stage of something, and this could be a hobby that you took up. Like you have a lot of people like, that are like in their 40s and 50s and 60s that are playing pickleball. Maybe you went in there and you're like 65 and you're playing pickleball and you're kicking everybody's butt. It could be, it's not age specific. It's about being in that energy to have a passion for something again. It could be like you decided to take a hobby and found out you're an amazing artist. Or you got this great idea for writing a book, and it's actually, there's people wanting to have you publish it, and then, you could be on the New York Times best-selling list, that kind of energy. So enjoy it. This is talking about all the illusions that are in life, right? And so this is talking about feeling vulnerable on your journey. It's like you almost like want to hold back your enthusiasm for what you're doing because you don't want to hurt other people's feelings or whatever. And this is saying there's a lot of illusions around you, like this energy. I feel like this energy here is just talking about this, whatever it is that you're going through. And that you just need to, look into it as much as you can. There is some information coming in. And go and see an expert if you need to. If you need justice, go in and talk to the people you need to talk to and get her done, like get that done. And this is talking about getting out of the emotions of it. This is talking about the cycles of the moon. And so, quite often when there's a full moon, that's a really good time. People get really emotional at full moons. That's a really good time to release any emotions that you have or anything holding you back from being who you want to be. And then the new moon is the best time for you to really step into the new. You've released what is no longer serving you, and really go for it. Like really go for it. You're meant to do this if you're that good at it. And then this is talking about allowing yourself to be vulnerable. This lobster is climbing out of the water here, and he's got to stay on his path. He's going in between a domestic dog and a wolf or a coyote. And so this is saying there's there's always dangers and illusions around. So you need to stay on your path and just be really focused on that. There's also the sun shining down on this. So this can represent eclipses in energy. And so I feel like you maybe were in a bit of a darker phase, and now the light, like the eclipse is over and the energy of it is dissipating and you're ready to move forward. So yeah, it's really good. And whatever illusions are here, yeah, the wheel is turning. This is the past, present, and the future coming together. So this is good. I love how this came out right. Bang, you want some information? Here it is. It could be that simple. It really could. And so I feel like you're in a good position. This is saying that your luck is changing. The wheel is turning now. And there's actually 3 wheels on the Wheel of Fortune. So it's your past, your present, and your future. All the hard work that you've put in coming together now and in this moment bring you to where you want to go. And look at this. This is the second random shift reading I've done where the sun's at the top. That is so cool. Like, that doesn't happen that often. So the sun is the happiest card in the deck. And this is, and I feel like you've been through, like, you know, if there's like, if you look it up, ever, if you want to look into more of it, that I also do have full moon and new moon readings, and I talk about eclipses. That we actually do have an eclipse coming up in the near future, but you can look into that. This energy, as I'm doing this reading now, but this energy is talking about when there's eclipses. That's when either from the viewpoint of Earth, we can, for a moment, we can't see the sun or we can't see the moon. Those eclipses, that kind of energy can last around 6 months. So I feel like you've been in the kind of this funky kind of like what's going on kind of energy, and now the wheel of fortune is turning and it's time for you to be happy. This is actually representing God, this the Most High, shining light down on you, saying, hey, you deserve to be happy. You've put the work in. Bring your harvest in. Be proud of it. You know, if you want to put some of that down, if it's not what you really wanted, like a lot of times we'll start out like that. We'll have passion for something, and then we're really good at it. And sometimes it's hard to quit because we're so good at it, but we don't enjoy it anymore. Put it down. Pick up a new passion. You deserve it. And this is saying the sun is shining on you. You're born to be a happy person. Look at this child. They're on the pony. They don't have a worry. They don't have reins. They don't have a saddle. They don't even have any, you know, they have a diaper. That's it. You know, that kind of energy. And they're carrying this heavy banner because it's not heavy for them, because this is representing all the beauty that you're bringing into your life. And look at all the sunflowers in the background are following the sun. And yeah, this is really good. I feel that you needed to go through a bit of this kind of energy so that when you step into your, you know, like when you really step into this energy of like being on your destined path and not caring about this energy and understanding, hey, standing out like a sore thumb. A lot of people like they would do anything to stand out like you do. You just don't realize it because, you know, you're feeling sensitive about it. But this is saying, you know, you need to really bring that harvest in. Be proud. I feel like you've put a lot of work into what you're doing and you deserve it. Go for it. I really am happy for you. And God's happy for you. The universe is. So this is talking like some truth is coming in and you will have justice, whatever that is. Some sort of secret or illusion or whatever. But not to worry, because like you're going to be very happy. And you're already stepping into that. The wheel is turning. And if you felt like you were left out in the cold, and you never fit in, it's because you don't. So you know, you're not supposed to fit in. You're supposed to stand out. So be okay with it. And this is the competition just as jealous, really. That's bottom line. It's immature competition. So, you know, step out there and be really like in a, hey, I have a passion for this and I love it. I really am. This is really good energy. If you're enjoying it, give it a like and comment. It really empowers me to build my channel. I really would appreciate it. And we're going to clarify with my oracle, Tales from the Vector. So I started this back in 2007, and I'm an artist. So I did all these great big dragon paintings, 20, you know, and I finished 64 paintings in 2020. And I've had them all scanned and everything. I've had the deck out in pieces because it was never complete. I didn't have all the paintings done. And I've had them at psychic fairs, and I've had them at seminars of mine, and I've had a lot of fun with them. A lot of people really enjoy them. And now I'm bringing it out, now that I have all of the paintings done and I have it ready to be printed, I just need to make sure I have the information correct. So in the description box below, I will put the cards as they come up with the numbers, and the numbers represent the paintings in my gallery on my website, and that's talesfromthevector.com, TAILS. And so you can, I'll put them in the order they appear here if you want to take a look. There's some interesting information there about each painting as well. Okay, and I'm just, oh, there it is. This is the one that wants to. So that we're talking about the energy is talking about Scorpio energy. So I just want to point out, when I have a general or collective reading like this and the horoscope signs come out, I'm not saying this person is a Scorpio. I'm saying that this energy is like each of the signs in the zodiac has like a unique quality that we all have it somewhere in our chart, and not in the same as if it's in our sun sign. It's not as pronounced, but we all have a little bit of Scorpio in us, and so we can learn about it. And it's Scorpio is ruled by Mars and Pluto. And when Scorpio is at its best, it's like they're charming, and they're able to have people like unite and have fun, together, and like come together for a cause kind of energy. So that's what that's talking about. And then we have the Aquarius energy coming in, and this is talking about really being in a position where I feel like what you need to do is I feel like you're taking things really seriously. And so I feel like you need to lighten up a little bit if you can. The Aquarius energy is more about how do you use your intellect. And so Aquarius likes to perform small experiments and then observe, did that work? And if it did work, you double up on what works, and you just let go of what doesn't. So if you have a couple friends that are not happy for you because like you're doing so well, then it's okay, let them go, and some new friends will come in that will be happy to hang out with you, and you'll probably resonate with them more. So just be okay with it. Like learn that you don't always have to be fixing things. I'm getting that's the energy. You need to just be able to say, well, that experiment didn't work out. I guess I'm going to go a slightly different path, and I'll see if that works out. You can learn a lot from like that kind of energy, and it doesn't have to be harsh or anything. It's just like, oh, okay, I guess it was a learning experiment. And so when we get attached, it's really, the attachment is the first karmic space. It's the mother of all karmic spaces, because when we become attached to places, people, and things, like shift that goes on, we're attached to it, we can really get into a position where we don't want to lose it. And the more we're attached we are to it, the more burdensome it becomes. And then we have the Empress energy. So this is talking about really moving into bringing what you want to you, like just understanding that you can be like a magnet, and you just pull the energy in, and you go with the flow a little bit more. I feel like you really overthink things maybe a little bit, and you're kind of, I'm getting, you have this is empathic energy. So when people are empathic, it means that like they really feel for other people. And so even though you're really happy that you won, and you won the race by half a lap, you feel bad for them because they didn't. And you need to let go of that, because there's other things that they can do that you better than you, and you probably can think of a few. So just, be in that energy when I feel like it's a great thing to compliment someone. If you see, oh, wow, you did that amazing. And, if you can get in a conversation with them, find out how they did it. Even if it's not in the field you're interested in, it's kind of like you can learn a lot from someone that's not in the same interest as you. It's just someone like that enjoys learning, And this is talking also about Libra energy. So this is when you become mature enough to like understand, like this is kind of like when people are ready to settle down and get married, that kind of age. Like you've already got your degree, and and so it's that kind of energy where you start to recognize, you're more mature, you start to recognize that you can't, everybody's not going to be happy at the same time. And just because someone isn't as good at something as you are doesn't mean that they can't be happy for you, that kind of energy, or you can't be happy for them. And so it takes, temperance is about having devotion to your path. And so it's talking about, not going off your path, like staying on your path, even when there's, shifty energy around, and, people aren't happy for you or whatever. You need to be able to be devoted enough to your passion and your path to say, you know what, it doesn't really matter what other people think. What matters is what I think. And I feel like that's coming back to this first card, because this is about your thoughts, right? Your thinking. So I just feel like part of the issue is you could do a slight adjustment in your thinking. in your thought process, and just learn to recognize that everybody's not going to be the winner at the same time. There's I used to know someone that was highly competitive, and she was so funny because she would say, as far as I'm concerned, there's the winner and then everybody else is a loser. And some people just feel that way. And she would say that about herself when she lost, right? She'd come in second out of 100 people and she'd be like, I'm a loser. I just thought, I think you're more of a winner than you think. You know, someone has to win. But like, it could be off, you know, it could be some small fraction of a second in a race or something, right? But I just, some people really feel that way. And so, and you know, there could have been some deception around that. I just feel like this is just people that need to grow up a little bit in the energy, and you do too. I just keep feeling this youthful energy. You could be you could be any age, but you're in this, still in this, like you've remained kind of innocent, and you think the best of people all the time, which is great. But sometimes people aren't at their best, and it's just something we all have to accept here. And so, yeah, I'm just getting again here, it's saying justice is yours, you know. And the best justice is living well and happy. And to have this card shining down on this whole thing, you know, take a deep breath, let it go. Enjoy it. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. Please do like and comment and subscribe to the channel if you resonate. It would be my honor if you did so. I will be back with some more random shifts at some point in random time. Bye for now. My cat's upset, see, because I have to wake her up. I'm sorry. Yeah.